We all know that Hollywood is full of perverts, pedophiles, and rapists. We know that. I didn't just start, I mean, it didn't just start with R. Kelly, the weirdness and the pervertedness. All of that did not start with R. Kelly, and it has not ended, especially with R. Kelly. If every pedophile in Hollywood were locked up, there would be no more Hollywood. No movies, no entertainers, period. So I'm going to backtrack and go into the past. Marvin Gaye was dating his second wife when she was 16 and he was 35. He beat her ass, gave her drugs, and allegedly had her having sex with Teddy Pendergrass and Rick James. He has conceived other children with underage girls. When we speak on Marvin Gaye, none of his sick behaviors are ever mentioned. We always speak on his music, which I admit I liked his music, especially Sexual Healing. But that does not negate what him being a pedophile, amongst other things that he is or was. Just because a person can sing, play basketball, act, or rap doesn't excuse being a pedophile. Sam Cooke. Let's talk about Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke had several sexual relations with 12-year-olds. One of the 12-year-olds that he had sex with, you all will recognize her name. Sam Cooke had sex with 12-year-old Aretha Franklin. Robin Thicke had sex with his baby mother while she was still in high school. Elvis Presley, who started sexual relations with Priscilla when she was 14. A lot of these entertainers were complete trash, and their popularity was part of what allowed them to get away with this shit. Don't you ever wonder why so many are still quiet on children being sexually abused? I think it's because if someone spoke out about it, they would be blackballed or even might wind up dead. At this point, we need to charge the parents with abuse as well, because the parents are just as guilty as the abusers. I'm tired of these people saying Hollywood is bad. It's full of predators and pedophiles, but yet they're still in Hollywood competing for jobs and taking money. Just shut up at this point, because it's useless noise. You're still accepting those pedophiles' money at the end of the day. So even if you're uncomfortable giving out names of these pedophiles, why not call the authorities? But you know what? Somehow I feel like the authorities will just be paid to keep quiet, paid hush money. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. It's an open secret at this point. And I use open secret very loosely here. It's disgusting how some of the parents give their kids to the industry despite the information that's available to them. Well, let's continue the list of pedophiles. My list of pedophiles, some alive and some are not. David Bowie, Tom Hanks, Oprah Winfrey, Seth Greener, Steven Spielberg. Yes, I said Steven Spielberg. And he's still making movies. Yes, I have revealed some of these names before, and I will continue to name them over and over and over again until something's done. I will continue to name these pedophiles over and over again until they're sitting in a cell just like R. Kelly. John Legend, Chrissy Teigen, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, Barack Obama, Kathy Griffin, Anderson Cooper, Kevin Spacey, Beyonce, Joe Biden, John McCain, the Clintons, Meryl Streep, Demi Moore, Charlie Sheen, James Franco, John Cusack, and we all know about that fake school of Oprahs in Africa, aka sex slaves for the elite. Let's not forget about Disney. Disney Industries is a well-known abuser of kids and has always been. Hollywood has their handlers, their groomers, and then they have their actual child sex abusers, which I consider the handlers and the groomers are just as bad as the child sex abusers. It's all forms of abuse to me. These monsters are even trafficking kids out of Haiti. Yes, out of Haiti. Hillary Clinton was caught trafficking babies from Haiti. I can't recall her ever being locked up for it. Hell, TMZ didn't even speak on it when it happened. Wouldn't you think this would be on every news station in America? So now, what does that tell you? Ellen DeGenerate. That last name is very fitting for her. Ellen DeGenerate has hired other pedophiles to work with her on her show. Like the DJ. I can't think of his name, but look him up, y'all. He's a pedophile. The pedophile elite own 90% of the media. They won't cover any of this unless instructed by the people who own them. The very people who are doing this sick shit with kids and babies have so many connections that they can kill someone and say it was a suicide. Case closed. I'm talking about police, judges, and politicians. They are the people who are supposed to enforce laws. If they themselves engage in deviant behavior, then who is supposed to enforce the law? Who is supposed to do the law enforcing? These people that y'all worship are very demonic, subhuman, and anti-humanity. Trash. Poor countries are like a playground for power-hungry, sadistic, sexually perverse men. The Caribbean, Africans, Latins, and Asians are always targeted. Male, female, children, and adults, and infants. While I was researching pedophilia in Hollywood, I came across a few more names like Dr. Dre, Clive Davis, The Whispers, Ralph Tresvant, and also a member of the Wu-Tang Clan. Let's see, Rob Lowe, Jerry Lee Lewis, Paul Walker, Errol Flynn, Eminem. I'm not really sure of why Ralph Tresvant's name popped up. I'm going to have to do further research on his name because do some more investigating because I don't want to list his name if I'm not sure of the circumstances. So I'm going to change the subject because I stumbled across some more tea, folks. Jack Nicholson, the movie, remember him from the movie The Shining? He molested Drew Barrymore and Lindsay Lohan. Diddy dated Jim Jones. Diddy dated Jim Jones, amongst other people. We know about him and Usher. He dated the rapper Loon. He dated Mace. We know about Mace. And he dated the guy they call Farnsworth. He was the guy that used to wear the little bow ties and stuff with suits on. He dated him. He dated Mario Wyans, Steve Stout, and Zach Posen. Diddy has been with a lot of rappers and singers and stuff. Trina and Missy Elliott used to be a couple at one time. Jackie Wilson was a rapist. Quincy Jones, who likes to tell everyone else's business but his own, had sexual relations with Will Smith, LL Cool J, and Tevin Campbell, and who knows whoever else. We all know that Will Smith and Dwayne Martin have been in a long-term relationship for years. Don't forget Eddie Murphy and Johnny Gill. Remember when I told y'all that Johnny Gill tried to come on to P. Diddy at one of P. Diddy's gay parties a while back? It's in one of my prior videos. Don't forget Eddie Murphy and Johnny Gill. Yeah, I just said that. I'm repeating myself. But anyway, I have always thought Keenan Ivory Wayans was moist. He's just weird looking to me. So I found out that Keenan Ivory Wayans, who used to do the show In Living Color, him and Arsenio Hall and Dr. Dre are supposedly HIV positive. Allegedly. Did y'all know that Janet Jackson had sex with Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson? I'm not surprised, but you know, I just thought it was something that I like to share. Kind of interesting. How about Patti Labelle and her ex-husband? Did you guys realize that Patti Labelle is gay? No one ever talks about this stuff in Hollywood. They don't say shit. But yeah, your girl Patti LaBelle is gay. Nobody talks about it. Tom Joyner. Remember the Tom Joyner morning show? Well, Tom Joyner allegedly had sex with Claudia Jordan. I like to remind y'all that these are just rumors. Everything I say in my videos are allegedly. Right. Hollywood, a lot of abuse of power, a lot of lost souls, and people being manipulated and used. The media is a hoax used just to measure how gullible and suggestible we are and to create tension and anxiety. A lot of celebrities have extra kids and kids period because they will be called up on to use them to breed or offer them up as a sacrifice to the elite. I had mentioned that to y'all before in a prior video that Jay-Z and Beyonce are going to offer one of their kids to be sacrificed to the elite. That's why they got 2 more. We are being mind-fucked and made to fear because it's easier for us to accept our programming this way. The news makes us fearful. Trolling makes us angry and confused. Think of the hot bottom issues of today. Who is black? Who is white? Who is male or female? Mind, fuck, and confusion. So, when I tell y'all that I don't watch the Idiot Box, which is the TV, that's why. It's just fucked up mind fucking and programming. It's nothing but a whole bunch of lies and shit. You know? But anyway, I love you guys. Don't forget to check my description box for my cash address. Like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll keep the news coming, folks. Take care. Toodles.